Hello, my name is Kyler Gordon, and today I'll be presenting my industry presentation. And I'm going to start with a short video of me doing what I love, which is DJing. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. So this brings me to my presentation. I've affectionately named it Finding My Place in the Industry, because before I made it to Full Sail, I had a very one-dimensional view of what that was, which is becoming a DJ and touring the world, playing my music for all to hear. So that leads me to my dreams after graduation. So for you to ask me back when I was taking creative presentation and psychology of play, I just knew I was gonna get signed to some reputable record label and release an album by the time I graduated, and just toured the world, like I said, playing at music festivals. But realistically, everything doesn't necessarily go as you dream it, so that leads me to my next slide, which are my plans following graduation. So just recently I had a talk with a mentor of mine, and he was telling me about, he's actually in finance working for Warner Brothers, and he's in LA. He actually relocated from Atlanta, working in finance at Cartoon Network. So I was actually just calling him to see if I could get a leg up to get into the T3 program, which I went through before with graphic design before I got to Full Sail. And he was telling me that, I didn't even know that all the audio opportunities are actually in LA. Like, a lot of things are filmed in Atlanta and New York, but the audio is mixed and mastered in LA. So with that being said, my plans have definitely changed, and they're continuing to evolve as graduation approaches. So we were also instructed to find 3 examples of Full Sail grads that we identify with that we identify with their story. The first one up is Geronimo Carby. He was a show pro specialist for Cirque du Soleil. The only thing that's more awesome than his name is honestly his story following graduation. Like a week after graduation, he started working with 4 different cruise lines, doing production work for them. Then 5 years into that, he actually landed an assistant lighting director gig at Cirque du Soleil. My next Full Sail grad, he graduated in 1993. His name is Joe Lambert, and he's a mastering engineer. He landed an assistant engineering position at Ground Zero Studios in New York. While he was there, he more or less attained the knowledge that was needed to open up his own mastering studio that he has to this day in Brooklyn, New York. And he's worked with such artists as Radiohead and Kanye West. My next Full Sail grad is Chris Holmes. He's a producer and engineer. He graduated from Full Sail in 2000. And what's interesting about his story is he actually never made it to his graduation ceremony. He just moved straight to LA, got his degree mailed to him. With a few contacts and 2 job interviews, he landed 1 job, an engineering gig at Cello Studios. And after he landed that gig, he set his sights on his freelance career. With that, he's produced and mixed albums for bands such as Red Hot Chili Peppers, Audioslave, Weezer, Blink-182, and Metallica. And the way he explains the hats of each position Um, the difference between a producer and an engineer is the producer more or less creates the blueprint for the musical vision, and and the engineer later executes it, almost like an architect and a contractor. So with that being said, my horizons for career options have definitely broadened. So some of those being musical director. As a musical director, I mean, it's pretty much in the title. You direct the music for any given production, whether it be a broadcast or theater. Technical director, shout out to JJ. You more or less round everyone up, all personnel, being lighting, visual, audio, and make sure everything just goes smoothly. Without a technical director, everything would just pretty much be chaos. And audio lead. What I learned about what an audio lead is, everything that you hear in any given game that you play, there's a position called audio lead that all the sound goes through them before you actually hear it. And that's just to name a few. Okay, and that wraps up my presentation. I want to give a special thanks to my group, Group1B, JJ, Janice, Rondo, Jordan, Brendan, and Juan, and myself, and have a good day.